Hello, this is Crypto Neptune, and I am back once again talking about crypto and specifically Polstrip. Polstrip has kind of been the talk of the crypto market over the last 5 days as it launched on Monday, August 14th, and has been on a nice run. So we're going to kind of dive into that. But I want to thank those that like my videos, those that leave comments, and those who have recently subscribed to the channel. It definitely helps me out. And I appreciate that. So, what are we looking at with Post Drip? If you recall, Post Drip, it started off at pre-sale at $2 and it just kind of ran all the way up to like 64, 65 something dollars. So it had a nice run up. And then, as you can see, people were taking some profits, and which is expected in this in a bear market, but to do like a 33x in a bear market, I mean that's impressive for anybody to kind of shoot out the gate like that. And that's props to Eric and Hustleman Matt, because they really well thought out this project. They said, hey, for those in the pre-sale, you're going to need to stake your P drip directly in the faucet, because they were trying to prevent like a big run up and a big dump in the beginning on that initial day. So it really put the project in a good light. So what are we looking at right now? Again, you got to kind of follow the money. We're sitting at a roughly 167 million market cap, which is pretty awesome. It was above 200 market cap. But again, for something like this to kind of shoot like that within the first 5 days, that's impressive. In all 5 days, the buys and sales have really looked pretty strong, to be quite honest. It's been kind of neck and neck. Some days more buys than others. But for the most part, it has looked it looked healthy, if that makes sense. And let's look at some of the buys. I was curious, like, what are we looking at? What are people thinking about post drip? What is the expectation? And what I'm kind of seeing with some of these people is they are really, really interested in post drip. These are buys like over $1,000. So somebody bought 1,170 P drip. I'm sorry, somebody bought $1,170 worth of P drip. So they bought about 33 P drip, right? Here, somebody dropped almost 8K on 127 P drip. So that's pretty cool to see there. And then here, there's another buy here on August 17th. Somebody dropped $3,007 on some P drip, and they got roughly like 50.75 P drip, right? And then kind of looking again on August 17th, that was kind of like that huge buy signal. Somebody dropped 10 grand on some P drip, so roughly 187 P drips is what they got, or post drip is what they got. And then here, again on August 17th, that's kind of, I want to say, the kind of the start of some of this run up. Yeah, it was on the 17th. Somebody dropped 42K, so they ended up being able to acquire 790 P drip. So you're probably wondering, why is P drip so sought after? Well, with P drip, and again, 6,000, so roughly like 140 plus P drip. You see the numbers there. And then here again, somebody dropped 18K on August 17th, and that's roughly 469 P drip. So you pretty much get the point. I mean, people, for the most part, they've loaded up, and the reason why is the way it's set up with P drip. First of all, Hustleman Matt wants this project to be, you really gotta earn it to get in. So you need to purchase 10 P drip and deposit those into the faucet, right? So he's not going to drop the minimum for a while, or he might not ever drop the minimum. He wants this to be a sought after project and treat it with respect. So, meaning with this project, you just can't buy some crypto and just walk off and leave. That's not happening. And another reason why this is rare is because there will only ever be 5,000 faucets ever created, right? So there only ever be 5,000 faucet accounts ever created, and the supply is a set supply at 5 million. So with P drip, this is kind of the angle of them going for rarity. This is like a rarity, right? And then not only that, your faucet is also an NFT. So meaning you can sell your faucet onto the open market. There is I think it's a post market place where you can go and sell it. And if it's really, 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 really ramped up and a lot of people are wanting it and it's a sought after project, you could essentially down the line sell. Now, you do have the ability to open up multiple faucets here, but essentially it'll count as one. And I think you can get up to 10. But you as a person, it would only count as one. So it's not going to, in other words, it's not going to, I guess, increase this total here. You still would just count as one of these, if that makes sense. What else is going on? So, Hustleman Matt also said that with the Post Garden, so the Post Garden, it pays 1.5% daily. So essentially, you get some PLS or some PulseChain, you stick it in here. It's PulseChain in, PulseChain out. So basically, you get your rewards in PulseChain, right? But a percentage of the PulseChain that is staked, it is used to buy back P drip, right? So it is definitely beneficial to be in the garden. So down the road, I plan to do that, but right now I'm trying to build up my faucet. But the point is, if you deposit some PLS in the garden, a portion of that is used to buy back P drip. Now, if this sucker really gets going, we've already seen P drip go on a crazy run, right? We could see some nice buy pressure again and keeping this price kind of steady. And honestly, like a lot of people would even be happy with this if it stayed like $33.40 for a long time. I mean, people would be happy because you have a sustainable, protocol at this price, if that makes sense. Again, that's looking into the future. We're only 5 days in, but so far so good with what Hustleman, Matt, and Eric have done. They have really, really thought about a lot of stuff. But again, to have the garden buybacks to be automated to buy P drip, in my opinion, that is definitely a game changer. So, how do you get in P drip? The first thing you want to do is you want to make sure that you select a buddy. I will leave my buddy address. It's totally different from this one, but I'll leave it in the description below. So you want to do that first. Put your buddy address in here, copy it, then hit change and kind of go from there. Another thing that you would want to do is you can do two things. You need to add PulseChain, right? So you need to add PulseChain to your MetaMask wallet. So you can go to PulseChain.com, and that's what I did and kind of added it there. Or a lot of people use ChangeList. You can go on a ChangeList, and essentially you could, let me see if I can find it. So essentially you could go on to ChangeList, And then you kind of like look for your network that you're looking for. And there's PulseChain right there. So you can connect your wallet and you can add it there also. Let's see. So once you do that, then you can go over to Chains Now and buy you some PLS. So you can, whatever crypto that you have, you could essentially, exchange some BNB for PLS, or if you have Ethereum or whatever crypto that you have available, you can essentially exchange that for some PLS because you need that PLS to buy your P drip, right? So that's pretty much very, very key. Once you do your swap, then you can go here. There's your PLS, and you can swap it for P drip. And then here, kind of here, for example, I think if you go to the next screen, you just need to make sure you enter in your recipient address, right? So whatever your wallet address, you'll need to put it here. And then once you go to that next screen, then you'll have to connect your wallet so that you can swap this out, your BNB or however much you want to use there. But for the most part, it's really, really easy to use Chains Now. I've used it quite a bit. It's fairly simple. So, what are we looking at? Right? What are we looking at? We're looking at a $33.39 post drip price. Okay? So, we're looking at that. What have we learned? There was a nice pullback, which would be allowing you to get in here, right? There was a nice pullback, so you would be spending roughly, a little over 330 something bucks for like 10 P drip. You need 10 P drip to deposit that into your faucet. So, you got to account for like the taxes and stuff like that. So $360, $370 roughly should be able to get you what you need, subtracting like the taxes and getting that 10 post drip minimum to kind of go from there. Let's see, what else do we have here? Looks like I got some a little bit of commission rewards here. So shouts out to my team lead, Moonshot Max. I appreciate him. So I will compound that. And, for me, I plan to just DCA in, right? I'm gonna DCA in, just kind of watch things, watch how Hustleman Matt moves, watch kind of how Eric move. But for the most part, I have good vibes towards them. I have a good feeling about them. They're being kind of upfront. And one thing that was impressive about the team behind Post Drip is they literally got on an AMA today with Crypto Activator, and he pretty much on the fly, Hustleman Matt basically said, "Yeah, we implemented the automation of buybacks right away." See, that is the type of alpha that you want. You want the alpha that just comes out of nowhere and you didn't expect it, right? And for the most part, with this DApp, from what I've heard from Hustleman Matt and Eric, they have some flexibility to do some changes, but for the most part, it kind of sounds like they want to keep things simple. They don't want to change too much, right? They want to keep this thing strong and running. And from their past experience, so for example, like Hustleman Matt, he is also behind BurnSwap, which is a successful project also. So that kind of should give you a little bit of, faith as far as like kind of what to expect. So again, not financial advice, but for me, I'm excited about Pulse Drip because I have an opportunity to get into something early, right? Even if it's just like for me, even if it's just 12, right? I'm in early. I can DCA. I can potentially maybe use the garden to pump my bags, do some claims and just continue to use the garden to buy back into post trip. Use that catalyst to kind of help me build my bags, right? So again, I'll leave my buddy description in the YouTube description if you want to use it. But you know, I'm feeling pretty. I'm feeling bullish, and kind of seeing like some like again some of these buys. I mean, people just they went in heavy because remember with chain post drip is on PulseChain, so PulseChain is kind of that new blockchain that has potential to grow. So imagine PulseChain in 2025. Like we don't know what to expect. I mean, by you holding PulseChain, potentially growing that, this is a place where you can park your PulseChain and grow it and park some for 2025, but also you can use some of those divs to increase your faucet. So this could be a pretty big deal, and it's a genius marketing tactic on its own. And again, they have some of those cool metrics like, the 10% tax on buys, right? Which is not in the drip network, but it's an additional tax to kind of make this sustainable. So, and then with the max wallet, there's up to 10,000 tokens and a max payout of 36,000, I believe, and 500, right? So again, that's another system in place to keep this sustainable. So that's pretty much it. Wanted to hop on, talk about post trip, some good vibes in the Telegram. Everybody's feeling upbeat, but definitely do your research. Come here to the documents and read through like the white paper and, you know, kind of go from there. Thanks for listening and thanks for stopping